Hi, I'm Geoffrey Favaloro. I'm a psychologist and natural healing therapist, and I want to talk to you today a little bit about healing and what that means. Something's a little bit out of balance. It needs to be brought into equilibrium again. Integration, some change in ourselves, and that sometimes can be at a very deep level, subconscious level. And most of the habits we have occur in the subconscious. Subconscious means that we have our conscious thinking here, and there's a little bit of processing going on just a little bit outside our awareness. You might like to think of the computer. You're working on the screen, you're working away, and you do something and the computer crashes, something goes wrong. You don't quite know what it is. There's something happening in the background, in the deeper processes where things stuff up. So with a computer, of course, you can take a hammer to it and get really mad, but what works is just a gentle investigation. What did I do? What could I do different? And that very much applies to ourselves in how we approach our own healing process. We can be very angry with ourselves, we can be frustrated, and we can then get tight and tense and hard on ourselves, and that also tends to be part of the habit. Like if you have a habit of giving up overeating or smoking, or emotional habits where we sabotage or go into certain processes, it helps to understand the habit through becoming kind to ourselves, gentle to ourselves. First of all, noticing the habit and noticing what that habit does for us. What's the payoff? What's the investment in that habit continuing? And sometimes we deny that a little bit, that there is a payoff, that it feels good to do something. And usually our human nature is that we want to feel good. We don't want to feel upset, we don't want to feel uptight, and that's where working with subconscious habits is very difficult, because they may involve investigating and bringing up uncomfortable feelings. So the natural thing is not to want to experience more deeply into ourselves and release those things which hold the subconscious patterns in place. Usually habits are formed when we're very young, or from other influences, and our teachers when we're young may not be very good teachers. Our parents, siblings, at school may not teach us how to deal with emotional issues, how to process anger and grief, and so we get locked into certain feel-good patterns as a way of coping. So this is where the gentleness comes in. We've developed these patterns as a way of coping and adapting. So we need to very gently unravel and unknot and work with other ways, and then give ourselves some new ways that counters the underlying subconscious habit. Of course, habits, as I said, come from our early years. A lot of them can come even when we're in the womb. There's research now shows that we're influenced very much by the mental and physical goings on when we're in vitro, when we're born, the process of being born, baby, childhood, and our sexual years as well. So many opportunities there that there's been some traumas, hurts, rejections that have been hard to process, so we develop other ways to feel good. So in a way, bad habits or subconscious habits are ways of feeling better, wanting to feel better. And of course, when they start to work against us, say we're overweight, we're smoking, taking drugs, or there's emotional habits that need to be unraveled, then we need to examine those carefully and work in some new ways, develop some new ways. Give our mind and our subconscious some positives, some reinforcement for the positives, for change. Change can occur and does occur through determination to have that change. We have to be willing and invite the openness to perhaps re-experience some so-called negative emotions, to reach some resolution or equilibrium around those, and then to give ourselves new ways of loving and comforting ourselves, that support ourselves in new ways. When those ways become new habits, so to speak, the old habits die away. Like old clothes, they get left in the cupboard and we forget we ever had those clothes. Old memories slowly become dimmer and leave us. So good luck in your journey of self-discovery and self-loving.